Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Friday, the 20th of September. Prime Minister Chris Luxon says New Zealand could vote on a 4-year parliamentary term at the next election. He made the comment at a Q&A session following his Bloomberg address in Auckland today. Asked if 4-year terms could be put to a referendum in 2026, Luxon says all three governing parties are fans. He believes the opposition parties are too.
We haven't kicked off that piece of work yet because, as I said, we're very, very focused on these quarterly actions that we have each 3 months to get out the door. But that will come onto our radar, I imagine, fairly shortly.
$18 million in new funding will streamline the process for victims of crime to write their impact statements for court. The funding will also go towards initiatives like establishing dedicated support for people affected by youth crime and contracting specialist restorative justice services for people who experience sexual violence by youth offenders. Victim advocate Ruth Money says the impact statements are tricky to write given the trauma and rules behind them.
To have a specialist helping you with a victim impact statement, it's starting to balance the voice, and so victims will really welcome having specialist help in that process.
6 more Mpox cases have been linked to the Winter Pride Festival last month. Health New Zealand says there have been 16 cases this year and 11 linked to the Queenstown event. It says all cases of the virus are clade 2, the more common and generally less severe of the two variants. One extra case confirmed this week isn't linked to the festival and was acquired overseas, with clade testing still underway. Taxpayers are footing a $124,000 security bill for 3 months of monitoring tenants unlawfully occupying a Wellington social housing block. Ethan Manera reports.
Tenancies ended in Kāinga Ora's Dixon Street flats earlier this year, but a number of residents are refusing to move out, claiming no adequate alternatives have been provided. The agency is now trying to evict those remaining through the Tenancy Tribunal. Security measures have been implemented to keep squatters away, with Kāinga Ora spending more than $124,000 on guards between June and the end of August.
Belief the government's latest bill promising to crack down on youth vaping falls short. Legislation has been introduced this week with initiatives including increased fines for retailers selling to minors, banning disposable vapes and limiting product visibility. Public Health Communications Centre's latest briefing finds it must take a more comprehensive approach to be truly effective. Researcher Jude Ball says as long as vapes are still cheap, young people will continue to get their hands on them.
Discounts, giveaways, 2-for-1 deals, loyalty schemes, those things mean that vapes are always going to be available for pocket money prices.
To sport, and Scott Barrett won't say whether he'll cut the niggle against Wallabies players. Now he's All Blacks captain, ahead of the first Bledisloe Cup test tomorrow. Wellington Phoenix women's captain Annalie Longo isn't sure if she'll play for the Football Ferns again after re-signing for another A-League season. A British post-World War II record crowd of 96,000 boxing fans is expected at Wembley Stadium this weekend to see locals Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua fight for the IBF World Heavyweight crown. I'm Raylene Ramsey, and that is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.